Welcome to a new podcast where we're breaking through and breaking it down with a new girl. Your host, Dawn Piercy. Welcome to a new podcast. My name is Dawn Piercy. I am your host. Today, I am bringing you Jungle Leez. She is a singer, songwriter, hip-hop soul artist with a flair. She has created a new movement known as the Cosmic Soul, okay? And it has a very unique sound and perspective and flow, and she's bringing it's linking us to this new era that we are experiencing right now in this time. And in 2015, she was also the winner of the GAFA Award in the African Woman Gala Singer category, which is located internationally. And Jungle Leez, welcome to a new podcast, and thank you for being a new guest. It's great to have you on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Now, you've got to tell us, what was your sole inspiration in creating this cosmic era in music?
Okay, let's say my inspiration is coming from everything, everyday life, the daily life, everything. But if you have to say musically, as like I have a triangle. So this is Lauryn Hill at the top, and you have on the side Erykah Badu, and then you have Jill Scott, and in the middle you have a lot of soul artists like the Supremes, Nina Simone. Is a mix of everything, but I'm someone who is really in the stars. I don't know. I like to look at the sky and to just imagine what is up there, and the sound. When you're listening, sometimes on YouTube, you can have some cool, relaxing music about like kind of cosmic sound. This is something that you can't really explain, but this is like futuristic, and I don't know. I needed to mix that, to meld that with the music that I used to listen, right, and just to feel those vibrations inside of me, inside of my music. So yeah, let's say the cosmic soul for me is just an everyday environment, and I took that and I just mixed with my life experiences, everything.
Very nice.
Actually.
How long have you been creating music?
Creating music is since I'm maybe 13 or 14, so almost 20 years now.
Very
if you
nice.
calculate, you can know my age. Yeah, since very little, actually. I used to listen to the radio when I was like 9, 10, and just by the ear, I recognized the tunes. And yeah, and I started to love it, to love writing. My first texts were awful, but it was mine. And and I kept evolving.
Now, before you started the Cosmic Soul music, what type of music had you been creating before that?
Let's say, like I said, I used to listen a lot of Motown music.
Okay.
So it was, let's say, pop soul. But I was really young. Seriously, I was really young. So I went through the R&B process as well, everyone, and the hip hop process. I'm a hip hop girl. It's in my blood as well. But the cosmic soul, is more by being true with myself. Right. It's like when I start to write real stories about myself, about my life, it became the cosmic soul. Because before I was more writing text, like poetry or just imagination, But from the moment that you start to live real challenges, real obstacles, everyday life, real pain, it became the cosmic soul.
Very nice. Now, I want to talk about your latest album. Now, when you look at it, it looks like it says Galaxia, but when you hear it, it sounds like Galaxia. Is that correct? Galaxia. How do you pronounce it?
Galaxia.
Galaxia. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, it's an album that our listeners definitely are going to want to hear and pick up. Tell our audience about it and what they can expect to hear.
Okay, so Galaxia is an EP that I co-create with a producer, a really talented producer. I call him the new Timbaland. Seriously,
Mm-hmm.
he's amazing. His name is Ipeku, and he's a Gabonese producer who's studying in
Okay.
Tunisia. And he just started to send me music because he wanted to work with me. And by the time I wasn't focused enough, so I just say no, sorry, I don't have time, I'm too busy.
Right.
And one day I was listening to his music like this. I was laying down and putting some instrumentals and everything, and I was like, whoa, okay, something happened. This music is really deep,
Mm-hmm.
and it just brought me somewhere in the galaxia, like the cosmic world, and
Mm-hmm.
I start to write about stories from, let's say, from the other world that we
Mm-hmm.
can't see, but I was putting my own story into this as well. So what the listener, they can wait about it is just they can expect, sorry, about it
Mm-hmm.
is a story of, let's say, a girl who is lost in the galaxy and who's gonna find love in the lost planet, an unknown planet,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna discover a certain civilization who is really similar to the human ones, to the human civilization. And so yeah, is more about cosmic love, unconditional love, twin flame. If some people are aware about twin
Mm-hmm.
flames, yeah, so like you really introduce it in a nice way, is what we're living now is this new era.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're aware of it, if you're sensitive enough, you can feel it into the album. You can feel it.
It moved me. It did.
Really.
It did. The music moved me, and I know it'll absolutely move our audience too. Great work, and you have a
Thank you
beautiful
very much.
voice. Now,
Thank you very much.
since you've released Galaxia, do you have any inspiration for your next move?
I'm actually writing my second album, and I decided to go back to my sources. So it's hip hop, neo soul, soul. So yes, I keep writing. Before to get this interview, I was writing a new song. So yes,
Very nice. Now,
definitely.
before Galaxia, Supernova, I want to bring that up because I've
Yeah.
listened to the entire album. It's absolutely one of my favorite albums. It is. And can you tell us about that for our audience?
So supernova is like an explosion of star. So this is how, at some point, I perceive my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a star who just explodes in every way. So this is what you can call the awakening process as well. So through this album, if you take this album from the beginning
Mm-hmm.
to the end, this is my story. When I start with the introduction, supernova, supernova, all this is when I was back in Cameroon,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So each of the song are like a process, a step in my process of the awakening. So yeah, this is my life. Each songs are real. Seriously.
Very nice. Where can our audience purchase your albums?
On all the platforms, iTunes, you can listen to the album on Spotify as
Mm-hmm.
well, Amazon, Google Play, everywhere actually. I put it everywhere. Like this, you can't miss it.
Mm-hmm. Now, in your spare time, I've got to ask, aside from music, I know that writing relaxes you, and what do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to dance. I used to be a hip hop dance teacher. I like to watch movie. I love cinemas. I really love movies. And yes, and I'm working at the same time. I'm working. I'm a event coordinator.
Okay.
So I'm looking for new talents as well to give them a platform to sing, to perform.
Okay.
So yeah,
Very
this is what I'm
nice.
doing.
Very nice. Now, for our audience that wants to keep up with you and what you've got going on, your latest music, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me at Facebook, Instagram. I'm quite active on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm putting a lot of exclusivity on my stories. Like for the new album, you can have sometimes some extract of it. So yeah, everywhere. Not really on Twitter, but Instagram, Facebook, definitely.
Okay,
And they
great.
can buy all my old songs on my Bandcamp as well, where I have all the musics there as well.
Okay, great. Well, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to be a new guest, and this has been a new podcast.